Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and it's Tuesday, May 26th, and I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. I hope your week has been going good so far. For those of you in the US, I hope you had a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. Oh, before we go any further, for those of you that are new here, just recently found my channel, I'm Gwen. I get dispense with all the usual. So, but anyways, um, as I said, I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. Hope your week has been going good so far. Let's see, any new development in my world. Trying to think here. Last week, Wednesday, Thursday was kind of quiet. Friday, grocery shopping. Saturday, I went to see my friend who's, as you can see in and out of the screenshot, my friend whose that I'm watching. I went to see her in the rehab facility, and I spent most of the day, a good 6 hours with her on Saturday. She can get around. She gets around really, really well with a walker. She can get around without the walker, not very far, but maybe 50, 100 feet. And from what I understand, she has some back issues. I'm not exactly sure what. She did say scoliosis, which I know is a curvature of the spine. I'm guessing, I'm not 100% sure. I think she may have some spinal stenosis, which is the narrowing of the center part of the vertebrae, and it presses against your spine. Very painful, because I have a little bit of it, but I am not in any pain. So anyways, I spent the day with her on Saturday, and we went to the local Walmart. It's not a super center. It's not an older store. Excuse me. It's kind of a mixed in between. It had some food items, shelf stable, refrigerated, frozen, but no fresh vegetables or produce or anything like that. So I mean, it's a smaller store. But anyway, so she got a number of items, and which is good. So she got out and about, and she did say later on that she says, just me taking her out and about, it made her feel really, really good, and it kind of gave her a little bit of a drive or inspiration to work harder, I guess you want to say, at her physical therapy, so she can get to the point where she can be not reliant on a walker or a cane, and she can go back to living her, I guess, normal life in her house. I'm like, well, that's wonderful. As a side topic, after we got back to the rehab center, we were talking. I couldn't even tell you what we were talking about, and she just pops up when she goes, "Did you see all the guys that were looking at you?" And I'm like, "No, I really wasn't paying any attention." She's like, "Oh yes." She goes, "I noticed," because she was in one of these electric motorized shopping carts. So she's like, "Oh yeah, I noticed." And she goes, "There was a couple of guys that, you walk by them and they turn around and they would look at you and they would smile." And I'm like, "Okay, I guess, whatever." I just, I don't pay attention to that stuff. So anyways, it was a kind of a cute side story. Sunday I did go to church in the morning. What the heck did I do in the afternoon? I don't know. I think I might have done some cooking. I did do a little bit of extra university work because with it being the holiday yesterday and myself being part-time, I don't get paid for the holiday. So in order to get my hours in for the week, I did some work ahead of time, which my boss is okay with. And then I just save up the hours and then I apply them for yesterday. So, or yeah, yesterday. So I'm all set with that. Yesterday, of course, was Memorial Day in the U.S. and um, not that I intended to get up early, but it was I got up my normal usual time, and I did some cooking very early in the morning while it was still night, still kind of cool, which was fine. Um, I made homemade Kaiser rolls. I've made them quite a few times before, and I made homemade macaroni salad. Um, Unfortunately, I have to make two different batches, one plain and one with tuna fish, because my daughter does not like tuna in her macaroni salad, but my son does. So I just make one big batch and then split it, and one half gets tuna and the other one doesn't. But anyways, then I made a fruit salad. It's kind of a staple in our house. I have triple berry, raspberry, blueberry, black raspberry, red raspberry, black raspberry, blueberry. It's frozen. I get it at Costco. So I take some of that and I slice up apple and I slice up banana. And then I have canned mixed fruit in juice, which would be peaches and pears and I think green grapes. And I mix all that in together. And we have that for dessert, if you want to call it that. But we have it along with a meal at least 2 to 3 times a week. So got all that ready. And then in the afternoon, or late afternoon, I got dinner ready. We had hamburgers and hot dogs. Of course, the macaroni salad. Oh, I did. I bought ears of corn, early sweet corn. I bought it and I cooked that up. So we had that plus the fruit salad. I think that was everything. My son had everything. I only had a small hamburger and corn and fruit salad, and I was fine. So, but anyways, so it was really really good. Everything went well. So that was pretty much about it. Let's see. That's right. Friday night, you can't see it, but I was up on the roof behind me. Years ago, when we built the sunroom here, I put a small roof vent on the roof for added airflow, even though we already have a ridge vent going across the top of the roof, which allows airflow. And after I installed it, it leaked. I think it had to do with the way the rain comes out of the west. If there's winds blowing and it's an extremely hard rain, it leaked, and it was getting worse and worse. So I finally decided enough. Crawl up on the roof, pulled the roof vent out. I'd open up the hole a little bit, cut a piece of plywood, dropped it in, nailed it down. Put some water and ice shield over top of it, and then some of the shingles, asphalt shingles that were up there, I kind of put them back down. I need to get up there. This is what this pile is right here. I need to get up there and replace some of those asphalt shingles with these, and then it'll blend it all back in again, and it'll look like the roof vent was never there. On the inside, I had to take down part of the knotty pine ceiling. Actually, before I get done, I'll go inside and show you what I got done. I had to take down some of the knotty pine ceiling, cut away some of the drywall. I found some damp, not wet, damp insulation. Pulled that out. There's plastic sheeting that I put over the insulation as a vapor barrier. I had to take that down. And I looked, it's more water stained than water damaged. And actually the part that I cut out on the roof, there was some water damage to the plywood. I cut that section out, so there's all brand new plywood in there, so that's fine. But there's still some water stains on the inside. I'm probably going to treat those to try and get rid of the stains. Not that it's going to hurt anything, but just mostly to prevent mold and mildew buildup. And then I got to put everything back together. It's not difficult. I got pieces of drywall in my barn, so I can put drywall back up from the few pieces that I took down. And actually, I'm going to pause and we're going to go inside. Okay, so you can see what I took down, and this is actually a piece of plastic. I'll walk around here. This is what I did. That's the opening. And there was the opening, and there's the water stain, and actually probably just about maybe a foot coming down towards the opening. Below the fan is where the opening was in the roof. So like I said, I've had this all open to let it dry out, and then I still have the insulation. I can put that back up there, put the plastic back up. That's the section of drywall that I had to cut away. And then over here, that some of that drywall was damaged, but that's small pieces, so it's not a big deal. Put that back up. You have to excuse the mess. There's all the knotty pine that goes back up there. I've got nail guns, pneumatic nail guns that will take care of that. And then I'll put it back together. So let's see. Then back to what I was doing. So I can move the camera down a little bit. There. So anyways, that's my project for the moment. And then when I get done, because yesterday I had to dig out the roofing shingles. So I wound up working in the barn, and I need to clean out the barn. Oh my gosh, it took me an hour to get the roofing shingles out. And then there was a post that I had to get out because last fall when the tree fell on the chain link fence, it bent the post, so I got to replace the post. But anyways, which is another project, but that won't take very long to do, maybe an hour, and put a new post in the new top rail, and then that will be done. It's going to be a nice week. It's supposed to be sunny and warm like this, I think, through next Monday. So every day I'll be able to get out and do some work outside, and I have the weekend, so that'll be hopefully I can get a lot of this stuff taken care of. So that's it. That's the highlight for my week. So I'm going to wrap things up. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your week. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. As always, like, share, subscribe. you have any comments, questions, suggestions, topics you would like me to talk about, please, in the comment section below. I am doing better on answering all comments. And those of you that know, I do answer. I thank you for watching. I make these videos every week for all of you because I consider all of you part of my extended family. And this is my way of keeping in contact with you. So with that, I am going to sign off, and I will see everyone right here next Tuesday. Bye, everyone.